Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Copper Coins Coin Roll Hunt Reveal E434, a 1955S plastic tubed roll. It's one of those pipe bomb rolls. It's sitting here, right here, and it's got this note on it. It says purchase 12/18/63 for $37.50. Back when 55S was worth a lot more money. We will wait for a couple of people to come in. Let me grab my chip. And it is chip number 18. All right, the viewers are going up. Wait until we see a chat, and then I'll start working on getting this roll open. Eric SFC, welcome. Oh, that tape just turned to dust. Almost got them out. How was your day going today, Eric? Southern Coin Hunter, welcome. See what we get ourselves into with this. Roy Wheeler, good welcome, or good afternoon. Welcome. All right, we got a couple people here. We're going to get this show rolling. Beautiful day here in Florida. First coin in the roll. Nothing on the mint mark or the eye. We are going to look at the first 10 reverses or so. Frank McCain, welcome to the show. Nothing known for 55S reverse. If I notice a die pair that I haven't seen, I will give it a look. Coin number 2, Taco John. Got a 44S roll coming up. Little die clash right there. By the one, I should say between the one and the lapel. Because there's die clash in the throat also. Got a little fingerprint on this one. Coin number 3, Carl. Three different die pairs in the roll so far. All of them seem to have decent markers on them. So it'll be easy to tell. How is the weather up by everybody out there? I'm sure Texas is probably pretty hot right already, Eric. Stan Horn, welcome. Happy Friday. Raining in Louisiana. We need rain here so bad. and it keeps teasing us. It clouds up a little bit, and then it just doesn't do anything. Supposedly, we're supposed to get rain on and off over the next 3 days. But at this point, I'll believe it when I see it. But, you know, in another 3 weeks, it'll be raining almost every single day. And I'll be complaining about too much rain. At least historically, that's how it goes. Next coin for Mickey. Sunny and warm today again. Good afternoon from Lakeland, Florida. Warming up in Lakeland, Florida. Stan Horn. Yeah, it should be. In your neck of the woods, definitely should be warming up. There looks to be a little RPM. See if it is something that we can diagnose here. See it right here. I've been working on editing photographs for the last day or two. Let's see this. Back this out. North and south. Over. All right, Unum. Let's see, Unum. No, it doesn't seem to be that. Nothing there. So let's try this. I think it might be RPM number 4. Let me get a different page up here. All right, let's see. Nah, maybe it isn't RPM 4. See what else we got here. That's too far. Let me look down. See if I can look at, there's RPM 7 or 1mm17 that's not on the site yet. It's not that one. All right, well, I'm going to have to hold this out. It could be RPM 4. I didn't see the little die crack. Of course, it does look like it might actually be there. So Mickey gets an RPM. Oh, lots of people come in. Angie Crowell, welcome. Nanastax, Cad Roll Hunter, all right, good to see y'all. First RPM of the roll was one I couldn't easily identify. Let me get my bearings back. Turn the light down. Mickey. I don't see Mickey. Did I miss Mickey? Could the crack occur after the RPM was created? It could. I'm just looking at die markers for it. And it seems it's not really a crack, it's more of a gouge. Seems to be on every die state. Oh, he did get the find, absolutely. But we were talking about weather changing. Seems to be happening. Well, it is that time of year, right? We're moving into summer. But it is sunny and 90 here right now. And it's actually a pleasant 90. Hurricane season is 3 weeks away. Are you in Florida, Southern Coin Hunter? I know I have been on the receiving end of a lot of hurricanes in the last 3 or 4 years. Basically ground zero for 2 of them. Louisiana. Yeah, I was fortunate enough to have Ian sit over my house for about 5.5 hours. And then Milton came up about 10 miles away from me. But Milton was like a regular hurricane. It went through and went through kind of quick. Ian just kind of sat there. But you're familiar with all the hurricane stuff if you're in Louisiana. You know, they do. I was telling a friend of mine, I'm from Michigan, and to me they're no worse than a bad blizzard, actually. I had a blizzard take a house of mine out, so. And while it wasn't 150 mile an hour wind gusts, it was 85 mile an hour sustained wind and 3 feet of snow. Has die cracks. There is a lot of die chipping around the date. Though there is a huge die break on the head, and it can be valuable because it's so huge. I'll try and show you what it looks like. But I always keep my eye out. RPM 2 has both 5s on the date, but there is where the die is breaking. It goes all the way around the inside of the head right there. Paul Adams, welcome. Russell625, welcome to the show. Actually, it's not been bad. I mean, it happens. But no, this house has had worse luck than all the other houses. Most of the time you live through them, and not much comes to the damage to the house. I think during Hurricane Ian, we had tornadoes all around us, and I think we actually got hit by a tornado more so than the hurricane. Because there was a point I looked out the little crack in the hurricane shutters, and there was 60, 70-foot trees just flying through the air in figure eights. Not to mention they never did find 3 of our trees that were ripped down. They found the stumps and they asked where the tree was, and if I had gotten rid of the tree before the storm, and I says, no, that was the tree that went through this part of the house right here. Showed them the hole. And they're like, well, where's the tree? And I says, well, you got me. It's somewhere in that direction. And I never heard if they found the tree or not. Same as the first coin of the roll, the little south die scratch from the 5. Yeah, it is not uncommon, Frank, to have this all filled up right here in the 5s, and then even have it break right here. Papa Giorgio, welcome to the show. Coin 14, Sissy. Die chips in the 9, absolutely, Southern Coin Hunter. Also, I mean, even the last one I went through, there was some that were starting in between the I and the B and the E, and the E and the R. That's lots of BIEs. Those are all actually considered BIEs. The IIBs and the BIRs or the EIRs. One RPM. Worked in Hurricane Rita. And that was I don't remember that one by name, but it probably wasn't affected too bad. It's amazing. I've been through lots of them, and it seems like you remember the ones that really kind of affect you. A little bit of a rim cud. Katrina sucked, yeah. Katrina wasn't a big wind maker, but it was a water maker. Yeah, I've been through my memorable ones were Andrew, Opal. Oh, there was another one. I don't remember the name that was pretty bad for me. I was living near Orlando at the time. Irma. Debbie, Helene, Milton. There was one in the year before. Don't remember what it is. And then Ian. But there was one in there, another one in there that was pretty bad. But say I don't remember the name of it. Why I'm thinking Humberto or something like that. But it wasn't terrible. Gustav, yeah. Oh, we got some Michael was one that we got. We didn't get it terrible like the Panhandle did, but we got a lot of rain. There was a lot of flooding. Hoping with the water temperatures, which is weird that they're saying the water temperatures are actually still cooling. Hopefully that'll make it where it's a less volatile season. Oh, and this is the winner of the giveaway, and look at that. I didn't miss it. I'm feeling good. And that goes to Stan. Congratulations, Stan. Let me find my pen so I can write my little card up. 434 for Stan. Yeah, well, Louisiana, most of where you're at, a lot of that area is actually below sea level to begin with, so they depend on levees and pumps to keep it dry. I'm fortunate where I'm at. There's a lot of flood areas, but I live, about 40 feet above sea level. I live basically on the top of a hill. So I'm pretty fortunate. After Ian, I was stranded in my house for, about a week because water had risen, covered the freeway up, and came to the bottoms of the hills, of course. Well, you know, that where it hit, Russell, Katrina was, there was a lot of water with Katrina. I want to say there was near 40 inches of rain. And it was just too much for the infrastructure to handle. Not to mention, the country as a whole hasn't been investing in infrastructure in a long time. So what we're using is decades old, and you can't blame it for failing because we don't maintain it because nobody wants to pay for it. We live in a society that what's ours is ours, but we don't want to take care of anything else. So, we kind of got to take a little bit of the blame ourselves. And I'm not saying we should all just pony up all the money we have to fix the infrastructure, but we should complain a little less if we're not going to fix the infrastructure. 51 feet above sea level. That's good. There won't be storm surge unless you get like an earthquake or something. I think they could get a tidal wave that high. But I don't think you'll get a 50-foot storm surge unless there's like a cat, well over a cat 5. I do wonder. Somebody told me that the tornado scales, they've added a F6 on the tornado scales now. I wonder if we'll get to the point where they have to add a category 6 to the hurricane scale. Just under 16 feet. See, I think in Florida at 16 feet, depending, I think if you're within 10 miles of the coast, it's mandatory that you get storm or flood coverage. That uses research, right? They could. That's not a bad idea, Frank. So 1 RPM in the roll. I might have to give a couple RPMs away in this roll if we don't find no more. Yeah, Yeah, well, what happened, like Inglewood is where Milton hit, and everybody goes, oh, the storm surge wasn't that bad. It wasn't water, and a lot of the stilted homes went down in Inglewood because there was a push of about 20 foot of sand, and the sand pulled the pillars out. In Inglewood, it was really a really unique disaster as far as hurricane disaster goes. It's a thought, Frank. I mean, we got to start doing something. I mean, like, I got to say, my electric company is pretty good about infrastructure, but like in Michigan, DTE was not good. They would just fix it as it broke, and the wires had been repaired everywhere, so you'd just get a power outage for no apparent reason. Down here, they put all these new hurricane-proof poles up, and they didn't even finish the project, and now they're trying to put all the wiring underwater or underground, which I'm game for that. I got no problem. Then you got people though that'll say, well, we shouldn't have power outages. The substations and all that are still going to be above ground and they're going to get damaged. I take it you're a Navy vet, Frank. There is, let me get Mickey's coin, the RPM. I believe that Mickey had. Let me see if that die scratch is there. And it is. So our second copy of this RPM. Yes, Paul Hampton. I haven't seen Paul lately. I bet you he'll be here Sunday when we do the 44S roll, though. It's a little early where he's at. Coin 29. Sloppy. Oh, what did I do? I put the wrong coin in. Got to watch that. Double check. That is it. Yeah, Kansas can get some serious tornadoes. Tornadoes are no joke. My son ended up getting hit by a tornado 2 years ago in Nebraska. He's like right on the Nebraska-Colorado border. That's true, Frank. I think it's a good idea. It just costs a lot of money. But, you know, when you're down in hurricane country, they automatically count on it to be damaged a lot, so they're putting a lot of money in repair anyways. So you probably get a better return on your investment. Whereas when you're in some of the parts of the Midwest, you know, it's very rare that the power lines get knocked down. I guess with the storms and stuff, they're getting a lot more storms too. The weather patterns haven't just affected Florida, they've affected everybody with rain and all sorts of weird weather. Mark Thomas, welcome. We've got a couple RPMs in the roll so far. Next coin for Stan. My little dog that's been on the mend, medical jail. We gave her a little reprieve. She is laying on the real bed. And she is loving it. She is not going to be happy when she's got to go back in the kennel again. Coin 33. Carl. There's an RPM right there, and that's a different one, I think. Got a little back. Let me check. There it is. It is 1mm6. That's a toughie. That is a tough one to get right there. 1mm6. Let me write a note on that because that is confirmed. I guess up to about last night. Wow, that is high. You know, fortunately, the house I live in supposedly is constructed to withstand sustained winds at 200 miles an hour. I mean, it'll pull the roof shingles off, but everything else is supposed to be made to handle that. I know that the walls are steel reinforced concrete. Yeah, my son in Nebraska, it took half of his house and one of the 3 barns he has on his property. Just strange how it'll pick one thing and it won't touch another. Oh, they call them the finger of God for a reason. It's a super high standard. They call it the Miami-Dade compliance. And that was after Hurricane Andrew, because Andrew, you know, Andrew was bad, but there was a lot of wooden houses back then. But Andrew moved. I mean, it didn't dilly-dally around. When the bad part got there, it didn't stay for hours upon hours. Now this... looks like it could be... but it will not be. Ooh, this is so close. This is the die that has the head removed. This is removed in just a few more strikes. This is the one that everybody collects. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's it. Awesome. Next coin, Mark. May see it in this roll. Yeah, well, that's actually it. That's just not the best example of it. It progresses a little further than that. But that's definitely the die pair. It basically takes out the whole forehead, most of the hair. There is coin die pair number 1 for the roll. Coin 39, Sireg. But I'm praying for some rain. Right now we're about a foot below average for the year. There we go. There's another one. That is RPM that is unidentified. Could be a stage of RPM 4. I'll have to look. I see it don't have that die gouge. Yeah, I guess over the next couple days, the trough is supposed to push south over the Gulf of Mexico. So we will see. It's supposed to go down south and then come back to the northeast. All right, let me look at something here. Dirty Water, welcome to the show. We have got a 1mm6 and then 3 of 1 that I don't have identified, Dirty Water. And then we've got one of the, I don't know if you're familiar with the die break on the forehead that has the big, huge, it's not fully there yet, but it's the die for sure. Did mail a couple more packages today. I'm still waiting on roll 775. Said it's supposed to be here today, but it's already been delayed a couple days, so. Coin 42, Brad. This might be it. Nope, it is not. Getting ready for a BIE though. Yeah, it's a sweet die break. Like I said, a lot of people, I've seen them sell for $25. Not in this die state, but when it gets a little bit more, when it pushes up a little bit more, and the relief is set higher, it's impressive. Coin 44 for Farm Dog. Do got the 44S roll at around 5 in the afternoon on Sunday. That one will have a BIE before you know it too. And then a 1960D roll before the reveal show. Not sure what kind of rolls I'll be doing. If you want, think about what you're interested in me doing a reveal on and let me know, and I'll do my best to do a reveal on it. This might be... Nope, it's not. It's die pair number 1. Coin 46, Russell. Almost done. Coin 47, Paul. Well, that coin's got some glare on it. Coin 48. Sloppy stacks. Turn the lights down. I'm going to try and do maybe hunt a roll of nickels or two tomorrow in a roll dig. Hopefully if you're not doing anything, you can come and watch. This is not. All right, I thought we had RPM 1mm6 again. But negative. And the final coin of the roll, I know it goes to me because I took the enders here. When I get in and put myself in for 1 or 2 spots, I try to take the enders. All right, let me see if this coin is the coin. That way Dirty Water can take a peek at it. I think it's this coin. No, it might not be that easy to find. Ah, there it is. This is what we're talking about. Dirty Water. See, it's not fully pushed up yet, or I should say pushed down in the die. But eventually, real soon after this totally stands up right around there. And it is awesome. Any early date nickels? I'm thinking I've got this roll of 46p nickels that I have had on my desk for a couple of years that I want to look at. It's this roll right here. And when I get time, I want to do it. So, anyways, I want to thank everybody for joining. Hope to see you with me tomorrow for the 44S roll. I'm going to go back to working on packages, trying to get these. I'm going to try and get all the reveal coins that need to be on the website done and on the website within the next few weeks. So hopefully we'll see y'all tomorrow, and I'll see you in the neighborhood. We'll talk to you later.